I'm not muted.
I'm not muted.
There's no muting to it here now. We're past that.
We're all past 4, 3, 2.
Only time to mute is if you're going to pass gas at this moment.
We have to mute for that?
Well, you know, it makes the crowd laugh.
No, not tonight.
It's a crowd.
Tonight we'll be muteless.
Was that a duck? Nope.
Yeah, we're muteless. They can hear us. It's only Sandy anyway, and Jesse, and Charlie, and me. Yeah, we know we're not mutant, Sandy.
And she's used to hearing me fart anyway.
Sandy says she can hear us now.
I'm pretty proud of him when I let him go.
Can you
Do you rank them?
now?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
That was a 5. That was a 4.
That was a bit wet.
Do you know there's proper method for farting?
A proper method.
I don't know. I just let her fly.
That's it. Share with us, Jesse. What's a proper?
You're supposed to sit up straight, hold your legs together, and release slowly.
So you can't one cheek sneak it?
Nope. You're supposed to sit there straight, back straight, legs together, and release slowly.
You ever notice when you're in the shower, they smell worse?
No.
Welcome back, Ed, Patrick.
They're laughing at us.
Sandy, thanks for not leaving. Hey, we have a Buckeye member in the house with us tonight.
Who's that?
Josh Book.
Josh Book. Hello, Josh.
He was
Hey,
he's the one that did the. I see a keyboard.
Bob, turn Oak Island off. We're tired of this TiVo it, buddy.
They're gonna find wood.
Yep, they're going to find wood. I
Find
swear they
wood.
are.
And maybe pieces of 8.
Well, they'll find some ground up garnet.
Yeah.
And coconut
And
pipe.
wood.
And coconut husk. Don't forget the coconut husk.
And
Don't
wood.
forget that. So, are we live now?
Oh yeah, they heard us
We're
talking about
live.
flagellants.
Well,
Yeah.
my
Thanks,
still
Josh.
says we're off stream, offline.
I got Ed up and waving his hands here.
I don't.
Refresh. Just
I'm doing that right now.
Refresh like a summer's breeze.
and lots of dirt. That's right, Sandy. Kingston, thanks for coming back. New
Gone
Jersey
digging.
History Hunters, thank you. Hey, Matt. Hope you had a better show than we did earlier. Oh my God.
Don't forget that like
Disaster.
button, guys.
Murphy had to bring cousins with him today. A bunch of little freaking leprechauns.
Yeah, today, I
Frickin'
guess
family
today we had-
reunion.
I guess today we had Murphy and Rosie.
Yeah, yeah. After all, it is a family holiday week,
Right.
you know. So the whole damn family of Murphys showed.
Yeah. Oh, lots of different people come back now.
Yeah,
Space
say different
Bear,
names. Yeah. Anthony McKean,
thank
But the
you,
Jersey
Matt.
Hunters are back.
Josh, what are
Kingston.
you doing? Jersey, how you
Our
doing?
buddy
Back?
HD, Digaholic.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back.
Oh,
Those
look.
who come back.
Scotty
Randy,
Tony.
Scotty Tony. Oh, Durham's back. Now I hope things go a lot smoother because I took down my whole system. Took it down, did a disk clean, and brought it back up, did a little this and a little that, so back to the gold. You got that right, Jerome.
So, where were we when we were so rudely interrupted by buffering? Let's see.
Why don't we just
right?
go back
Yep,
to
yep.
0, Jesse?
Okay, I just got, and then we talked a little bit about being recognized out in the world.
Yeah, if they heard it. I don't know.
I don't know if they heard it. But
Okay.
yeah, it happens. Let's see, what else did we talk about? So I asked you about. Have I asked you about what's been your best find?
No, not
What
yet.
you consider your coolest find? You know,
My-
not necessarily monetarily, but what you think is really cool.
Well, my best find ever would have to be, since she's sitting in the same room, especially it would have to be Sandy. Sandy
You
was
do
my
have to
best
sleep
find ever.
tonight.
You
Yes,
didn't say that, you'd have to duck.
Don't want to wake up like a bobbit or something.
No, goodness, no. That would be extremely painful.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that question so you can answer it the way that won't get you in trouble.
Okay. Sandy
And she
saying,
says,
stop
sucking up."
sucking up.
Just, what's been your best find with a metal detector?
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you, my best find. It changes. It changes with the wind.
Right. Yesterday was this, today it's this, tomorrow maybe something else.
Yeah. And I always go back to this one thing, and it's not that old. It's not my oldest. And it's nothing really super fantastic. You can only barely tell what it is. And that's my. I found that. Oh, that has a glare.
That is a glare.
This is a Walking Liberty half I found in the marsh one time, and it's stained by the mud, of course.
Of course.
And I tell you what, for whatever reason, I am so drawn to this coin. I don't know. I don't really have a rhyme or reason. I think what it was more of that day. That day was probably the best day metal detecting I probably have ever had. It was. I saw so much metal detecting related being along the marsh. I saw turtles hatching and making their way down the mud bank to the water. I mean, it was just that kind of day where everything it was just a grand day, not only for treasure, but being out with nature. And the coin actually just reminds me of that day. Yeah. So
yeah, because like with us too, yes, we go out looking for gold and we want to find the gold, but a lot of our treasure is actually being out with our buddies out in the outside, out in the outdoors in the creek, so yeah.
And I tell you, one of my other favorite finds is a 1908 Barber dime, and this was out with my one of my favorite treasure hunters, Sandy. And the funny thing about this, the old seasoned guy, right? The old seasoned pro, I was standing on a beach line along the Delaware Bay, and we were out metal detecting together. And don't you know, she gets a signal. I'm, of course, moving along. She gets a signal out of my heel print on the beach. and it turns out to be this 1908 Barber dime. And she's permitted me to hang on to it for her, but that's one of my favorites. Again, that was just an enjoyable day while we were out.
Cool. So, okay.
That was a good day.
So this will be an easy one for you. What's been your oldest find?
Oldest find? I have a 17...
I know you're not going to say her.
No, that would definitely put me in the doghouse.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he's buffering again, huh?
I have a 1723. I think it's George's second. 1723.
Cool.
And that was actually a really good day. That was I don't know if that came up at all because where it's in the case or not, but
can't really see it. See a black dot. That's about it.
Well, you have to take my word for it. 1723 half.
Okay.
Piece. And that was also a very grand day. We had gone back to a spot that people for years and years and years had been hitting over and over and over again. And one of my mantras is don't look for the house, look for the house before that house. Look for the original structure, and which would put us either closest to the water or closest to the creek bed, away from the road or whatnot. And this one site had been hit over and over and over again throughout the years.
It dropped us, guys, but keep talking.
So
we're off again. They're coming back on. No,
it came off. It dropped again. Yeah, we're back on, but in the red. Oh, I want to cuss so bad right now. So
Do it.
bad.
Well, go ahead. You're offline.
No, I'm not.
No, not
frazzing, frickin'
It's bouncing back and forth.
Sure, it's fun anyways. That's right. We're gonna have fun no matter what.
That's right. That's right. I think it's time to do what I've been needing to do. Yeah.
Hey Taz, if you can hear us, how you doing today?
I'm gonna go talk to the computer store tomorrow, and if it still does it, it has to be.
This is Forsty's hand.
Uh-oh, you're gonna spend money.
This is Forsty's hand. He's tired of it.
Yep.
Next time he turns on, we're gonna shut PBS down. By God.
you know how it is, Jesse and Dano, both of you.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, you guys invest a lot of time. I invest a lot of time and money, and apparently, what I invested in, YouTube's grown in leaps and bounds. It has millions of people.
Yeah, but you would think if they're growing like the way they are, they'd be adding to be able to deal with this capacity.
Right, they'd be doing something to deal with it.
Right.
But for a while, this computer I got was doing its job for a little while. Now I need to up my game even more. So I might have to sell some gold, sell some coins.
Get you a big water cooled tower.
It's gonna be something built for streaming. A good gaming computer with good graphics, like 12 gigs of RAM. Okay, it's still buffering, but YouTube's showing me in the green.
Can you hear us?
Can they hear us? Can you hear us? Because sometimes it will buffer and it's like a radio show, Oh, there I go, back in the red again. Hold on
Curse
one
you.
second.
Don't kill the cat.
Yeah, speaking of it, Gizzy, where are you? No, then I'd be in the doghouse, let me tell you. We had it good for a second. Murphy gave us.
Are we online? Can you guys hear us or no?
We're buffering. Can you hear us? Hey, Taz. Can you hear us? Please say something.
They're probably hearing.
Well, sometimes they would say, "We hear you good." I guess it's radio.
I just typed it in. Can you hear us?
Justin Witt says he can hear us.
We can hear you. Yeah. Thank you, Justin. But this is aggravating. You can hear us in real time, Sandy? Or...
I'm sure it's one hell of a delay. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, all right.
I can hear you scream Frozen.
Because pretty soon I'm about doing it again. Ah! I gotta save my hair for the kids, though, right, Dano?
That's right. Save it for the kids. Don't pull it out.
But I tell you, this spring.
You gonna get a flat top? We're gonna have flat top Ed on the creek.
Come on. Then I'd look like the football coach dad I had, which
Come
I
on.
loved him. He was
High
a
and
great
tight,
guy.
buddy.
He got me into coins and currency and stamps and bottles and antiques and exploring and traveling.
I don't know, Ed. They're saying that other people have gone other YouTubes and they're
having
live
no
streams.
issues.
Right.
Okay. I've decided I have a game up on my system.
It says quit rubbing it in.
That's gonna be about $1,200. I can't say that loud though, because it's my account.
Put the kibosh on.
She'll want an accounting.
She'll be asking you, well, where'd you get that money, buddy?
No, yeah. So, shh, don't tell them.
Yep. Shh.
Yeah. That's
it's a secret
between us and all of you out there. So don't tell.
Patrick says this keeps going on and offline.
Yeah, I say it's OBS mixed with YouTube. I would have to agree with you. Scene head breakdown, Patrick says. Sandy can still hear. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Charlie, I'm so very sorry.
That's okay. It happens, you know.
I'm glad everybody in our shoes really knows, you know, what we go through and how things happen.
He's probably wondering how you ain't picked your tower up and slammed it on the floor yet.
Well, my tower's turned off.
No, Patrick, we can't hear you.
Throw down my laptop, and that would be really bad.
So they can still hear us. We might as well continue with what we were doing.
Yeah, might as well. Welcome to Flash in Your Fan Tuesday Night Radio.
Live.
No
let's
pre-recorded.
see. If anybody out there in land has they want to ask, maybe we'll
You'll hear it 10 minutes later.
Yeah. Space Bear says he can hear the picture freezing up.
Shovel Ed says 2 minutes behind.
And then it disconnected.
Disconnected. Okay.
Yeah.
Scotty Tony says he can hear you loud and clear. The videos just froze.
Okay. Right now, all I see on video is where I'm threatening to cut my hair off in the spring.
That's what I got.
By then, it should be long enough for kids to have some wigs. Because kids for wigs, or wigs for kids, whatever.
So Charlie, let's get back to Charlie.
You get back to Charlie. I'm going to put a picture right here so all of you don't see me going like this. Because I want to scream, cuss, and...
Well, mute your mic first, please.
I'll do my best, buddy. I'll do my best.
Oh, Shovel Ed says 79. Did I win?
See what I tell you last night, Charlie. 79.
So Charlie, you do a lot of traveling metal detecting? I mean, do you go other places besides the East Coast? Have you been other places? Planning on going other places?
Actually, in 2020, we plan to go to England. As far as local, I mean, we've been to Delaware, which is like the next state over. We do a little bit. I mean, on a regular basis, like this upcoming Sunday, we'll probably be about maybe 45 minutes to an hour away from the home base. But other than that, no, unless it's like a planned event, usually kind of stick it somewhat close to home, at least within an hour or so.
Right.
But yeah, we've been to Delaware. I think we've been even to Pennsylvania once or twice. And years ago when I was younger, I was probably a little bit more travel minded. But yeah, other than the plans for the future, 2020 hitting England, and
Cool.
actually going to hook up with some fellow YouTubers while over there.
Oh, you said England, not New England.
Yes, England.
England. Because I was going, why do you say New England? Isn't he in New England? But you said England.
New
Right,
Jersey is
right.
part of New England,
I thought I heard him. I was trying to figure out why he said New England, but he didn't. He just said England. So you ever had any scary experiences other than the one you were talking about earlier, the mud thing?
Oh yeah. Well, we've had coyotes track us one day.
Track you?
Yeah. We were in a heavily, how do we call it? Heavily wooded area, and off in the distance, before we got really into the site, we heard them yipping, and so we knew they were kind of around. We didn't actually see them, and of course, you really don't, really.
Right.
And so we knew they were around. We weren't really concerned with them. We'd never been bothered with them before. And towards the end of the day, it was getting towards the evening. We were kind of packing the gear up and heading out, and we managed to see one of them actually dart in front of the truck on the way out. And but it was like in the middle of a forest. You know, we were on a dirt road and et cetera. We were far from any kind of town or whatnot. But as far as animals, I've been in bad neighborhoods. Camden, New Jersey, which is famous for being oh so wonderful. Camden, New Jersey was once called Cooper's Ferry, and it's directly across the river from Philadelphia. At a younger age, I actually was doing quite a bit of metal detecting in Camden. But that's not exactly the world's safest place to be.
Okay. Why does that name sound familiar? Is there something in history about Cooper's Landing?
Cooper's Ferry?
Cooper's Ferry.
Well, as far as being the ferry to Philadelphia in the Revolutionary era, why there's that. I mean, Camden itself, it was actually famous back in the day for having a lot of well-known factories like the Campbell Soup Plant, Victor, RCA. They had a manufacturing plant there.
Okay.
But
so now that you're going to England, is that something you've just been wanting to do, or is that you got a special invitation, or what?
Well, not so much a special invitation, but through the means of YouTube and meeting so many wonderful people. I have friends now, that are on the other side of the planet.
Right.
And a couple of the friends, were saying, hey, we should go over there. You should come over here, and that kind of thing. And one guy, I tell you, there's a couple of guys that I'm friends with over there, like Thor's Treasures and Ben the Giant Garrett Detectorist and Metal Detecting Yorkshire.
He's in the room now. Just
great guys, and and there's things I've always wanted to see, like the Thames River and Hastings and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of gives me an opportunity not only to see them, but to see bits and pieces of history that never really have the opportunity to see. And besides, Metal Detecting Yorkshire, I think he'd be wonderful to walk down to the pub and have a pint or two.
He says he can fix people, but not fix streams. So now that you're going over there, are you going to be there about a week or so?
Oh, I think we're going to be looking at either 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there something in your bucket list that you'd like to find while you're there?
Oh
A
goodness,
hammy?
yeah. I would love to find.
A whole
I'll-
bucket full, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I'll take whatever I can get, But I mean, even when you find they're clad, it's going to be, it's going to be too new. I mean, too cool. But I would love to find a hammered coin, hammered silver.
That'd be nice. Or
That'd be cool. That'd be
or
really cool.
a Saxon gold hoard or something.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's cool about there is that's a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's probably more of a possibility there than it would be here to find some kind of hoard like that. Not that you couldn't find them here. Supposedly, there's all kinds of buried treasures everywhere.
And I tell you, and I know Yorkshire's already sent me links as far as the different guidelines, and there's a permit I do believe you have to buy, a yearly permit. And so a lot of research is going into it. I know we're planning like a week in Hastings, a week up by those guys up around Hall and Bridling. Yeah, if I can say it right, Bringlinghamton, and then probably a week just traveling, actually doing just the tourist thing.
Oh, that's cool. You gonna visit some castles then?
Yeah, I'm actually mandated by Sandy to do one castle in Ireland. There's one castle in particular that she really wants to see, and what's the name of the castle again? Lep Castle. So we'll actually be stopping in Ireland just to see that one particular castle.
Wow, cool. What's so special about it? Is that where she's from? Is that where her family's from?
Actually, she's she's more interested in Lep Castle for the I guess the ghost aspect. And
yes, absolutely.
So, I mean, besides coins or anything else, jewelry, I'm sure. But from what I've heard too, is they've got some pretty strange laws about what you can and can't keep over there.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if they're strange, but they're different.
And they have particular treasure laws. Like some things, either if they have like a historic value or whatnot, they have to be turned over. And I believe if there's a certain monetary value, it has to be turned into the ministry of some sort. But
and I'm sure everyone's trustworthy. They turn everything in, right?
That part, I
just
don't
say
know.
Yes.
Yes,
just say yes.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't want anybody to get in trouble. So, how about any place that you'd like to detect here in the States?
Oh goodness, yes. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I have a grocery list of different places. Would love to go. One of the biggest, I don't know what you want to call it, regrets I have. I once passed through New Mexico, did the entire state of New Mexico from Albuquerque to Chama to Santa Fe and
Carlsbad.
Oh, and I never had my metal detector with me for that trip. And I tell you what, I would love to go back and just do nothing but have the metal detector. Of course, there's some places where you couldn't. We visited Chaco Canyon, Native American site, and oh my goodness, talk about beauty. And the rangers, they were there watching everybody. You don't dare bend over to pick up anything. And anyway, I was much heavier then, but one strange thing I never had occurred before in my life. Why they're at Chaco Canyon. It was in January, and so hiking along the trails, you go out, and they have, of course, the structures there at the canyon and whatnot, and And it's weird because even on the ground, still, you can see bits of pottery every now and again, Native American pottery. Well, again, and the rangers there, they watch people like a hawk. You know, they don't want to see you don't pick up nothing, you know, and that sort of thing.
You can't even pick it up to look at it?
Nope. You got to leave it where it lays. So, well, anyway, so we're hiking down this trail towards one of the structures, and I started getting this heavy feeling in my chest, and I thought I was having a heart attack. And I got this tightness. I couldn't breathe. And next thing you know, I'm on the ground, sitting down because I thought I was going to pass out. And in January, the site isn't actually very. It's quite desolate in January, but it's still open, etc. Well, I thought to myself, all right, well, if this is if I'm going to kick the bucket here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of New Mexico, I'm okay with this. I'm at Chaco Canyon. I'm looking at Native American stuff. I'm all right. I'm ready to go. Right. So I was kind of making my peace with the maker, because I wasn't sure what was going on with the body. Well, the next thing you know, out of nowhere, you hear, "Are you okay, sir?" And it was a ranger. I was like, "Where the devil did you come from?" All right, because you don't see him. Well, he was up on top of one of the mesas, watching with binoculars in the valley where the whole, the Chaco Canyon and whatnot is. And he says he came down and was checking me okay. So I gave him my symptoms, right? I told him this is what's going on. And he gave me some water and he goes, "Drink it slowly, sip it." He asked me where I was from. And that tipped him off. He says, "You have altitude sickness." He says, "You're up in the..."
Yeah, right.
I tell you what, it scared the bejesus out of me. You put your life in order in a short time, thinking that going to cash in your chips. But everything was of course fine. But
you're not used to that dropping the amount of oxygen you're normally used to, and any physical activity you use more, and you're not getting like what you're used to. You're not even have that problem. If you own a car in the flatlands and you drive up
Denver,
go up to Denver, go through the mountains, you will not make it because your car won't make it. Well, it's not tuned for that high altitude.
Pikes Peak's tough. About 10 steps and you got to stop and recover.
Oh yeah. Been there. But yeah, even your cars don't get
would love the metal detector around that area. That and some of the old West ghost towns and that sort of thing.
Right. But the problem with that too, especially in places where a lot of people go, is you're not allowed to mess with it. You're not allowed to do anything there anymore. You're restricted. Don't touch. Don't even walk off the path. Look but don't touch. We don't want you to damage Mother Nature.
And those people that make those laws don't even go out and enjoy it.
No.
Yep, very true. And sad at that.
Sad that they make those laws when they don't even go out there to enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
If half of them would get out, they'd realize what they see on TV is nothing compared to even what we do prospecting as far as we do. And metal detecting, same thing. I mean, you're not ripping things apart. You're digging plugs out, getting your targets, and moving on.
Putting them back.
Right, and putting your plug back in the ground, trying to get all the dirt back in so it's not noticeable.
Don't forget, removing the trash from the area.
Yep, all fines, take them out. Whether they're trash or not, get them out of there. When we're in the creek, we bring home all kinds of wire, lead, and everything. We haul all kinds of stuff home, glass.
We found enough Ed for Ed to make weights.
Yep.
Belts. So how did you get started doing your YouTube and live streams?
Well, probably about 5 years ago, we gave up cable TV. We just got fed up with it. We couldn't find the full value for what we were paying for it. And so, becoming frustrated with that, it was a life changer. It was like, we're going to give up something we've been used to almost all of our lives, regular TV.
Right.
And so since then, we started watching more online. Of course, we started watching YouTube. And I've always been a writer at heart. And I've always liked to self-publish or so I thought I'd give it a whack. I didn't really know, it was kind of like, I don't want to call it a new toy, but it was kind of similar to self-publishing, making videos and that kind of thing. And so once I started, I kind of really got to laughing to myself. I'm a fan of old movies, early live TV, which this is almost the same thing.
Right.
And I thought, if we could take some of that 1950s feel of that liveness of that early TV and could make it into the YouTube channel and whatnot. I mean, it's also, too, I couldn't help myself, but I carried over some of the original early 1940s and 1950s TV commercials and to use in some of my earlier videos. It just has that certain kind of feel to it. And then if you weave into the community with that, oh my goodness, it's an animal of its own. And,
I find myself watching YouTube during the day. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but lately I have been, especially with all these new people that Ed brings on, and I got to check their channels out to see what they're about, so I have an idea what kind of questions I can ask, So I've been seeing a lot of other things. I've been hearing about this guy, Two Toes, and I started watching his videos. He's got some cool stuff, a lot of educational stuff for prospecting, which is, what we do for the most part. But yeah, it's something that's happening now. There's another type of platform like this. What BitTube or something?
Yeah, for cryptocurrency stuff.
Right.
Mr. Lodak did a video on it.
Right.
And
so it's going that way. And then, like you said, cable TV. There's lots of channels, but not much to watch.
Right.
But at the same time, too, like with me, I don't go to bars. I don't go out. We don't go places. So that's pretty much our only form of entertainment, other than this Tuesday night thing here that we do, that I do. And I understand. We tried getting off, cutting the cord at one time and did it for a little while. But like I said, that's our only form of entertainment. So it is what it is, right?
Yeah. And I have the type of personality where I don't feel I have the right to complain about something unless I'm proactively doing something about it.
Right.
So when we decided to cut the cord, with cable and whatnot, I was like, okay, well, now that instead of watching TV, let's try and make it and trying to do a better product, And so I jumped in with both feet, and it's been a work in progress. I mean, even now, right? I've been doing it now probably for 3 or 4 years now, but even now, I'm still making changes. I swore I would never do a live stream. And of course, now I'm thinking live stream is probably where I'm going to really focus on.
Yeah, Ed seems to think that's where YouTube is heading. If you're going to get anywhere, is live streaming. I think I click more on live streams to see what's going on than just going on YouTube and watching somebody's 2-year-old video.
So. I mean, I even see how my